Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jagopi Janavalabha Girivaradhari Jagopi Janavalabha Girivaradhari Jasodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Jasodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Jasodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Jasodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Jamuna Tiravanachare Jamuna Tiravanachare Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare कौन क्लास देंगे Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Jaya Radha Krishna Chandra Radha
Jaya Radha Krishna Chandra Radha Krishna Chandra Radha. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Jaya Nitai Gauranga. Jaya Prahlad Nrsimha, Jaya Prahlad Nrsimha, Prahlad Nrsimha, Jaya Prahlad Nrsimha.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada,
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada.
Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Stotarasasi His Divine Grace Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki
Jai.
Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vranda Ki Jai Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naranjaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatittama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naisiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, chapter number 14, text number 35. Namo Rudraya Mahati, Namo Rudraya Mahati, Namo Rudraya Mahati, Devaya Ugraya Midhusi, Devayograya Midhusi, Devayograya Midhusi, Shivaya Nyastha Dandaya, Shivaya Nyastha Dandaya, Shivaya Nyastha Dandaya, Dhrita Dandaya Manyave, Dhrita Dandaya Manyave, Dandaya Manyave. Namo Rudraya Mahati, Devayograya Midhusi, Shivaya Nyastha Dandaya, धृतदण्डाय मन्यवे नमो रुद्राय महते देवायोग्राय मीढुसे शिवाय न्यस्तदण्डाय धृतदण्डाय मन्यवे नमो रुद्राय महते देवायोग्राय मीढुसे शिवाय न्यस्तदण्डाय धृतदण्डाय मन्यवे नमो रुद्राय महते देवायोग्राय मीढुसे शिवाय न्यस्तदण्डाय धृतदण्डाय मन्यवे नमो रुद्राय महते देवायोग्राय मीढुसे शिवाय न्यस्तदण्डाय धृतदण्डाय मन्यवे न रुद्राय महते देवायोग्राय मीढुसे शिवाय न्यस्तदण्डाय धृतदण्डाय मन्यवे word meaning Namaha, all obeisance unto Rudraya, unto the angry Lord Shiva, Mahate, unto the great Devaya, unto the demigod, Ugraya, unto the ferocious, Medhuse, unto the fulfiller of all material desires, Shivaya, unto the all auspicious, Nyasthadhandaya, unto the forgiving, Dhritadhandaya, unto the immediate chastiser, unto the immediate chastiser, Manyave, unto the angry. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ji. Translation: Let me offer my obeisances unto the angry Lord Shiva, who is simultaneously the very ferocious great demigod and the fulfiller of all material desires. He is all auspicious and forgiving, but his anger can immediately move him to chastise. Translation with repetition. Let me offer my obeisances unto the angry Lord Shiva, who is simultaneously the very ferocious great demigod and the fulfiller of all material desires. He is all auspicious and forgiving, but his anger can immediately move him to chastise. Purport: Diti prayed for the mercy of Lord Shiva very cleverly. She prayed, "The Lord can cause me to cry, but He likes. He can also stop my crying because He is Ashutosha. He is so great that if He likes, He can immediately destroy my pregnancy. But by the mercy, He can also fulfill my desire, that my pregnancy not be spoiled, because He is all auspicious it is not difficult for him to excuse me from being punished. Although he is now ready to punish me because I am moved his great anger. He appears like a man, but he is the Lord of all men. Thus sings the Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Ajnanadimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chukshulmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namavo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prajarine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Bhavshanti Deshadarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavranda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. This is the shloka from the chapter, Canto 3, chapter 14 and 35, from the chapter named Pregnancy of Diti in the Evening. This is the conversation between Maitreya and Vidura. Vidura asked Maitreya Muni about, because previous chapter is about Lord Varaha killed Hiranyakashipu. Because when Lord Varaha, picking the earthly planet which is misplaced and placing it back, when Varaha is involved in this activity, Hiranyaksha came and stopped. So there is a great fight between Varahadev and Hiranyaksha, and Hiranyaksha is died. Now afterwards, Vidura is asking Maitreya Muni, why Hiranyaksha stopped Varahadev to placing the earth in its original position. So related this to Maitreya Muni start narrating the history of how Diti get pregnant in inauspicious time. So we discussed the previous shlokas. So Diti approached Kashyapa Muni, who is her husband, in the evening when Kashyapa Muni is engaged in his evening rituals. Then that evening time is not auspicious because all the ghosts are moving here and there. Generally, ghosts are moving in inauspicious time. And the Lord of the ghosts, Lord Shiva, also moving. And Kashyapa Muni is instructing Diti, this is not the right time because all the ghosts are moving and Lord Shiva also moving, so I am able to see him. So Diti is approaching for beget a child through Kashyapa, her husband, and she want to indulge in sex. So Kashyapa is telling this is not the right time because Shiva is moving. Shiva will be very angry. So finally, Diti somehow convinced Kashyapa, and Kashyapa also forced, and finally he indulged in the sexual activity with the Diti in the inauspicious time. And afterwards, Kashyapa not spoke anything. He controlled his speech and practicing trance, meditating on the eternal. Afterwards, he took bath. After taking bath, then he is meditating on the eternal effulgence and chanting the holy name Gayatri. And Diti is understood that what she did is wrong. And generally, she is shyful because of wrong approach. And she also came into her senses, okay, I did a mistake. And because of this mistake, Lord Shiva will be very angry. And Lord Shiva is very powerful, and is Rudra. Is Lord Shiva also called Rudra. So he'll be very ferocious and he'll get angry very easily. And at the same time, Lord Shiva also called Ashutosha. I mean, he'll be pleased very easily. And this is worried about if the Lord Shiva, by its wrong action, by out of anger, he may destroy her pregnancy. She very much scared. So she went and approached her husband, Kashyapa, and she glorifying Kashyapa, and she begged her, Kashyapa, to request or he says, my dear Brahmana, kindly see my embryo is not killed by Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva, Shri Radha Krishna Shishindai Gaurangi Srila Prabhupada. Lord Shiva, the Lord of all the living entity, because of the great offense I have committed against him. So she was worried. So she is requesting Kashyapa Muni to please Lord Shiva so that she may not consider this offense and not spoil the pregnancy or embryo. Later on, today's shloka, it is a Diti's prayer to the Lord Shiva, and Diti is offering prayer. Namo Rudraya Mahate Devaya Ugraya Miduse Shivaya Nasta Dandaya Dhritadandaya Manyami. So Diti is glorifying Lord Shiva. Let me offer my obeisances unto the angry Lord Shiva. Rudraya, Rudraya mean angry. Rudraya, angry Lord Shiva, who is simultaneously ferocious, Ugraya, and same time Miduse, is a fulfiller of the material desires. And Shiva, the word also has the meaning of all auspicious. Shiva means all auspicious. Nyasta Dandaya, you are also forgiving. Unto the forgiving, and also Dhritadandaya, that I mean you also chastise sometime, and Nyastadandaya mean is also forgive the offender. So she offering her prayers. Now generally this is a system. Whenever intentionally do the mistake or unknowingly do the mistake, when come into senses, okay, I did a mistake, asking for the forgiveness. And definitely, if any mistake is done, it is the duty of a cultured human being asking for the forgiveness. So, and here, Diti is not asking the forgiveness because of her good quality, because this is asking the forgiveness because she is feared of. Because generally, this is the difference between a devotees and non-devotees. Non-devotees ask for forgiveness, then there is out of the fear. There's a, you see, Diti, because of asking the forgiveness, because her embryo will be, or her pregnancy will be lost if Shiva is want to kill the, spoil the pregnancy. And so here in the many example, in the non-devotees case, they always asking for the forgiveness when there is a fear. Otherwise, they even in the example of Vrikasura, now the same example of Shiva also, Shiva is Vrikasura is asking the benediction from Shiva. Shiva is Ashutosha. Always the non-devotees take the advantage of the good qualities of the Lord or Lord's devotees. And Vrikasura and the Lord or Lord's devotees are so great. Particularly in the case of the great devotee Lord Shiva, he is always very compassionate, and here also mentioning is very clearly, is fulfiller of all material desires. When Vrikasura went and asked Lord Shiva for the benediction, so he said, you bless me such that if I keep put my hand palm on anyone's head, he'll be finished. And Lord Shiva is blessed him, and he gave him the benediction. And later on, Vrikasura won't test his benediction by putting his hand on Shiva's head. And Shiva is running. So the Lord Shiva is so compassionate. He don't look for, okay, is there any danger for me by giving the benediction. Many times it happens like that. Okay, Shiva is okay because he don't want all these non-devotees are disturbing. Okay, let them fulfill their desires. And again, one more thing to understand here. When the demigods or devata are blessing, they don't simply, that bless is not good all the time. Even though this bless is maybe bring anxiety to that person. In the case of Ravana, we see Lord Shiva is blessed, but at the same time, Ravana was in anxiety all the time. But when we see the benediction of the Lord Vishnu, he blessed such that it don't bring any anxiety in his life. So, any material benedictions back up with the anxieties. So, then later on, Lord Shiva go to Lord Vishnu to rescue from Vrikasura, Vritrasura. Then Lord Vishnu say to Vritrasura, you are the fool number one. What Shiva can benedict you such a great benediction? It did not have any power. Why you want to place your hand on Shiva's head? You can check with your own head. Nothing going to happen. So Vritrasura has believed and has put his hand on his own head, and he died. So here what you understand is the non-devotees are benedicting for their own personal benefit, and then they don't care for the giver of the benediction. Here the same thing we see Dhriti, not of her good sense she is asking of the forgiveness or glorifying the Lord Shiva, because she has fear of the Lord Shiva, so she asking the glorifying Lord Shiva and asking for forgive. And in the case of this was the non-devotees. Non-devotees case is always finding the fault, and when there is a danger, then they will ask for the forgiveness. Otherwise, in other case, devotees always, even though there is a mistake, they are ready to forgive them. In the case of even in Chaitanya Charitamrita, we see many examples. Even though it is not their mistake, still they accept it is my mistake. But in the same case, non-devotees, they see the fault in the devotees. So this is the difference between a devotee and a non-devotee. So in the case of Ramachandra Puri is finding fault in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even though he not have any fault. But same time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is accepting whatever Ramachandra Prabhu say, find a fault. Yes, I have this mistake. This is the beauty of a devotee. And Ramachandra Puri, like when once there is a ants in the room of where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is living, and by seeing the ants, and Ramachandra Puri is telling, you are a sannyasi, but you are not eating a lot of sweets, because you are eating so much of sweet. That's the reason there are so many ants are coming. And Ramachandra Puri also arrange a big feast for all the Vaishnavas and feed them nicely. Then afterwards is to criticize. What kind of sannyasis you are? You not have a control on your tongue. Sannyasi means you should have a control over the tongue. This is what the non-devotees behavior. So asking here, Dhiti is asking for anyone for the mistake, asking for the forgiveness is very nice, but not asking for the forgiveness when there is a danger for me. That's the reason, very good lesson to learn. So whenever there is a mistake we committing, definitely we should ask for the forgiveness, because any offenses, many mistakes, which is the tremble blocks in our devotional services. So, to get rid of those offenses, one either do the serious devotion service or take the ask the forgive from the to whom the offense is be committed. So further, here Prabhupada says in the purport, Diti prayed for the mercy of Lord Shiva very cleverly. He prayed, Lord can make a cry, Lord can cause me to cry, but he likes, he can also stop my crying because he is Ashutosha. So this is the great quality of Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is very easily pleased. So because of his good quality, he forgive the Diti for our mistake. He is so great that if likes, he can immediately destroy my pregnancy. But by his mercy, he can also fulfill my desire that my pregnancy not be spoiled. Because he is all auspicious. So the Shiva, very particular name is auspicious. So the Lord is, Shiva is all auspicious. It is not difficult for him to excuse me from being punished. Although he is now ready to punish me, why Diti is thinking he will punish me? Because her mistake, because she is the cause for Lord Shiva's angry. Because Lord Shiva, anyway, anytime the devotees don't tolerate when the mistakes happening. Same time they are compassionate because someone is innocent. But same time, doing the mistake is not acceptable for a devotee. So in that sense, she is thinking, because it's a cause for the angry of the Shiva, so he may destroy my pregnancy. So the overall, see here Diti's good sense is okay when she offered the prayer after her mistake. And same time her intention was somehow save her from the Lord Shiva's angry. So the great devotee is always compassionate. For these are the prayers are very, very helpful. Any devotees every day offering the prayers to the Lord, either we do mistake or not do mistake, which brings a lot of auspiciousness. So this is what the Acharyas taught us. We should offer prayers every day to please the Lord, or offer the prayers to the Vaishnavas who are very compassionate, so that our spiritual progress will not be affected. So prayers have the great effect in spiritual life. It's have a great cause in spiritual progress in the spiritual life. So we also every day offer the prayers to the Lord, so that our spiritual progress will be undisturbed. So because every time we also commit offenses, knowingly or unknowingly. So offenses, not necessarily that, okay, so if I commit an offense knowingly, Many times offense happens, okay, ill feeling of some other devotees, or some wrong words you're using towards the devotees. All are not good for a progress in the devotional services. So that is the reason Prabhupada introduced in our spiritual practice. Every day in the morning, offer prayers to the Tulsi Maharani, offer prayers to all the Vaishnavas. So, again, offering prayers to the Vaishnavas or great devotees of the Lord makes us more humble and depend, because in a spiritual life, it is good for a devotee to be depend on others' mercy. One should not be proud. Okay, I can progress spiritually easily. So whatever I do, nothing going to happen. One should be very humble and offering prayers. Offering offering prayers mean we are glorifying someone. So when we glorify, we take the lower position and keeping other devotees in a higher position. And this all the things brings a lot of good quality in the devotees. So that's the reason. So these are the good, have the very important relevance of the prayers. And Bhagavatam gives a lot of example for us to learn and adopt in the devotion service for the fast progress in the spiritual life. Okay, I'll stop here. Srimad Bhagavatam Chi, Srila Prabhupada Chi.